Okay, so starting off, what is your name and how do you spell it?
Adam Moser, M-O-S-E-R.
What would you consider your job title or what you do?
Owner.
Okay, owner of?
Sawmill, tree service. After college, doing tree work and just all the waste logs, just everything you cut down out of people's yards when it needed to come out, and they just went to a burn pile or firewood. And just seemed like there was probably a better use for some of that stuff. And so I started messing around with a couple of friends and seeing if we could salvage some stuff out of it. Well, and that's kind of where my passion, because I went to college, so horticulture and resource management, and did tree work and landscape, and so I was into the planting and the beginning processes and then the tree care, and so this is just kind of the final stages. Those trees, they get old, they become hazardous, you take them out and you can reclaim that, and that's kind of the last purpose of that tree, and so it can live for another couple hundred years as a piece of furniture or whatever, which is fun. Where I don't sell pallet wood, so I don't take, low-grade logs, but I sell kind of niche markets. So a lot of people have the misnomer that I just want some huge oak log, and I may want this little pear log, this little apple log, just because there's something different. And then, there's some nice big logs out here too. So you just kind of look at what I've got the market for and what I think I can sell, and then a lot of times it's just what looks fun, It's something that takes years to build as a business, and so there's a lot of little guys out there that just have a sawmill in their backyard, but they don't have kilns, they don't dry it, they're not real sure what they're doing. A lot of these, they couldn't identify the tree species to begin with. And so that's helped me, just my background in forestry and horticulture, to even be able to identify the piece of wood to begin with, and so that's helped. So it just takes a long time to build that market and those clients and people that trust you. And I thought it'd be a hobby, and became more of an obsession. And talking to other sawmillers, it seems like that's kind of what happens, is you just love what you're doing, and it becomes fun, and you just love what you find. Everyone's a treasure box, and you cut it, no one else has ever seen it. It's just so interesting. Well, the plan is to keep all our fingers and toes. When the semi arrives, we'll see what this load looks like, and it's a old refrigerated semi unit that the axles and everything been taken off, and it's been retrofitted as a kiln, which is pretty common to use reefer units of some sort because they'll keep the heat in.
So in the grand scheme of lumber, if you don't dry the wood to the correct percentage of moisture, then when we sell it to customers and they would go make like cabinets or doors or something, then it would shrink and flex, and it makes it a better product if you dry it in a kiln.
It should be 53 feet long and the size of a semi. And we just have to figure out how to get it off of a semi.
I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes, and hopefully we can get it unloaded and all without any hiccups and don't hurt anybody or the equipment in the process. So
I'm hoping that we can put a track loader back behind it and pick up the back just a little bit and chain the front and use the log truck to pick up the front. We'll just see what happens, and we'll see what it looks like when the truck pulls in. Well, if everything goes well, I brought a nice big bottle of champagne, and Robert and I are going to sit and celebrate our success.
Yeah, he might get stuck somewhere, but we got enough machinery here to push him out, so I think it'll be all right.
Well, the driver, I think, had to know for his permits, because it's going to be oversized, and so he thought it weighed somewhere around 9,000 pounds.
I think he's definitely having a hard time with it. A lot of sharp corners, and I mean, this place is kind of not the smoothest terrain, but I think he's going to make it work.
The semi-driver is extremely picky. He doesn't want his bed scratched, and he already told me that he was charging extra for every little scratch and dent and ding, and if it took over an hour. And
I think he's wondering why he's on camera and all these people running around. And, I think he's probably wondering how we're going to get it off the trailer also.
You got to pick it up high enough to get it off the semi, get the semi out from under it, then set it down, and then scoot it. So it's just a myriad of things could go wrong and ruin the whole unit to where it's not usable. If we put a hole in it, then now it's not airtight, it's not watertight. Doesn't do us any good.
First step was to get it. It's going to be to get it off the trailer. Yeah, I mean, it just really is what it is at this point. I mean, there's no turning back. He's here. His plan is to drop it, so we got to get it off one way or another.
I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get it off.
I was thinking it was more of a big deal than it was, but we ended up just pushing through and shoving it on in there.
That's what she said. Well, we built a little pad beside one of our existing buildings so that it's not out by itself and doesn't take up as much room, and we're hoping to be able to do the ancient Egyptian method and put it on rollers and just slowly roll it into place and keep putting rollers under it and slide it with the track loader without tearing it up.
And then he said we're going to use telephone poles to roll it around like the Flintstones would do. Hopefully get it back where we want it.
Have a big 6x6 or something.
It's a little sketchy, but I think if everyone stands back and we pay attention, I think it'd be all right. thought it'd be a bit more graceful than it was. Kind of just shoved her off in there and bent her around the corner. So. Oh, we've been talking about it for about the last year now, at least. He's been wanting to, it's been the end goal, and we've been doing a lot of prep work and cleaning up just for this project, so it's been a little while coming, so.
Oh, it's taken a while to get here. I was really busy last year, so we looked at, getting it last year, and it just rained, never did make it.
So you're still pushing it? Okay.
Oh, today's just been kind of like, it's a little weird. It's just different. It's more like this is a big project that he's been looking forward to, so it's been all hands on deck getting that kiln back there. But really, we're trying to better this place and clean it up and, for a better future of the mill.
Job well done, Robert.